Well, I'm on the farm today, and we had on our Massey Ferguson 1105, if you recall from a couple of earlier videos, we had a potentially bad failure on this tractor, and it could have damaged the tractor, and it definitely could have damaged my Krone mower conditioner. So I'm going to talk about it here for just a second. It seems to be all fixed, but I'll tell you what happened and show you what I fixed. So I had the Krone mower conditioner. It mounts right here on these lift arms, and I had taken it off. I was going to put my square baler on this tractor, and I don't know, I probably got about 30 yards from the I probably got 30 yards from the mower conditioner, heading towards my barn over there, and I heard a clunk, and I looked back real quick, and this whole 3-point hitch was basically on the ground, and I was like, oh boy. So I shut it down to see what was going on. So this tractor does not have, it has external lift cylinders on each side of the tractor. This thing has a nice lifting capacity, and so what happened was the hose that goes to this lift cylinder burst. So the hose on the right side, this is the hose, and you can see right here, maybe you can see that where it burst. There's two wraps of this metal, and it burst. You might be able to see a little slit right there on the inner wrap, and so I knew right away when I looked at it what the issue was. So what I did is, these hoses are, I'm not sure you can order them from the Massey dealer anymore, but they're just standard hoses. This Massey Ferguson, I think the pressure on this thing is 2100 psi. It might be 2200, but I think it's 2100, pretty sure on that. And the system has a relief pressure of like 2700 psi, and so I see hoses that are rated for like 3000. These hoses right here are rated for 5000, and that's just what the guy had that made them up. And I had one made for this side and that side, which I'll show you here in a minute. And in any event, plenty of headroom as far as pressure on these hoses, and I don't know if you can see that or not, but it screws in right here on the side of the transmission housing, for lack of a better word, and then makes its way around that fitting right there. And then on this side, it comes in here and makes its way down. There's a elbow right there. It screws on right there. And there's another hose that goes back. I think it goes back to the manifold where you raise and lower your hydraulic lift. I think that's the way that works. And so I just figured, if I'm going to replace this hose, I'd go ahead and replace this one over here. And I don't know that I'm out of the woods. I probably ought to replace all these hoses at some point, because if one hose breaks, that'll disable, I guess that'll disable the hydraulics. Maybe not. I'm thinking too much here, but bottom line is, I was glad my Krone wasn't on this thing, because if the Krone had fallen. I think probably what would have happened is this the drive shaft right here would bottom out and strike my drawbar. And this is not a drawbar I want to be taking on and off every time I use this tractor, but maybe I should reconsider on and off every time I use the Krone. But in any event, 1977 model Massey Ferguson. I feel like, I don't know if that's an original. I don't know if that kind of flint gray looking paint, you know, I don't know if that's original. It sure looks close. I got a feeling this one right here had been replaced before, other than some of the rubber molding around it kind of flaking off right there. I think this one was in pretty good shape, but like I say, I just figured I'd go ahead and replace these hoses, and it's a pretty cheap fix, and actually it was a pretty easy fix. You know, some of these other hoses that, you know, they go down under the cab, they might be a little more involved, and but I wanted this tractor going. I didn't want to run that Krone on the John Deere 5055D, which I did in another video, and we want to be up on that hill cutting hay, and I want this tractor running that thing when I go up there. For the most part, I may be using my sickle mower, and I may even get my Heston and sickle hay bine and use it. But and then the other thing, we want to have our kicker wagons filled, and we want to use this tractor to bring the wagons off the hill safely. So this tractor really needs to run, and kind of reinforces my thought that maybe we might need another heavy tractor on this farm. Something I'm thinking about. By the way, this door is open right here. The refill on this tractor, you see that little, right there's the dipstick and the refill. And what I do is I use a little pump and pump the hydraulic oil in. So I didn't drain the system, but I had to add some back, and so hopefully we're in good shape. I've driven it around a little bit and then checked it, and driven it and checked it, so hopefully we're okay, and this will not be a failure that will happen again. But if my Krone had been on here, that would not have been good for that thing to drop. And if it had been worse than just these hoses, and I'd have been back on the hill, that would have been a difficult extraction too. So anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you. We're getting ready to mow some more hay, and some hay down. It's kind of like round 2 of first cutting hay. I'm seeing a fair amount of hay that did not go down several weeks ago that's on the ground now, and I'm not sure why the people are cutting on this particular day or yesterday. Last night we had a big rain, like really hard rain, and I don't know. I mean, we get rained on, but we're at least looking at the weather forecast, and some of these haymakers, I'm not sure. I wonder sometimes if they even know there are weather forecasts, the way they just cut and hope for the best. And then I think some of them may just bale it up kind of half wet. It's going for cows. I think cattle can take a little bit of mold, maybe a lot, I don't know. We always fed square bales on this farm. We never did feed a round bale as long as we had cattle. And but we're selling all our hay now. So that's the video. The Massey Ferguson 1105 and the Krone 2801 CV impeller tine conditioner. And we'll talk to you later.